a little instruction there. Spanishease is very, very highly trained in teaching Spanish, and so we're super excited to have them. I really appreciate everyone joining the call, joining the classes. I understand the challenges of of the schedule as far as being within the work week. But I really hope folks can try to be as flexible as possible. Ola is incurring the entire cost of bringing this course. So we do, we are hoping for folks to be able to make it the entire period, all 6 months, and attending all classes possible. And so we really want to show impact. At the end of the day, we're going to have to report back and say, okay, this worked or it didn't, and it highly depends on you guys' engagement, you guys' retention of the class. We're super excited because I think it's going to be a fun, interactive class. You guys are going to get to know your teacher and really learn from them. And so I just hope folks can, let's be patient through kind of some of the little technical things that we're working through here. But be encouraged that the class is going to take off and it's going to be a really good class. And we're hoping that we can really we'll be the pilot class, and there will be classes to come behind us, and those classes are really going to appreciate you guys' feedback, patience, and all the other things that you're doing within the class. So hang in there. We're going to have a really great class.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Well, I would like to know a little bit. I know I've talked already with a couple of you guys. And I would like to know, what is your object? What is the purpose for you to learn the language? Very, very simple. Just a few words. Sixena?
Oh, I have been learning Spanish myself for a long time, and I can read, but I cannot speak. I think I need speaking practice.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So. And Colleen? Okay, it's not there. Hannah?
Yes, I'm familiar and have taken Spanish courses before, but I'd like to grow in my knowledge and then use it for some of my international work.
Very good. Thank you. Douglas?
I don't use it as much at work. I know French from high school, but my kids are in high school now and learning Spanish, and I figured, it'd be a perfect time for me to learn along with them, as well as I can use it in my job as well. So
wonderful. Thank you. Brad?
I work with the Univision account, and I took Spanish 1 and 2, 30 plus years ago. But I really, I want a refresher, but I want to make sure I understand their programming and can pronounce the names of their programs correctly, and at least understand a little bit of the conversation that's going on in Spanish. Even if it's being translated for me, it's always nice to understand a bit of it on your own.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. And the translations are not always perfect. Antoine? Antoinette? It's not there?
No, I'm here. I'm sorry. I was too busy talking to my boss. I learned Spanish when I lived in Puerto Rico, and when I came back to the United States when I was like 13, I totally lost it. So I really need to brush up on it.
So you grew up speaking Spanish?
No, actually I did. I grew up in New York, but for 2 years I moved to Puerto Rico. And I learned it there, but I don't remember. I could read it and probably write it, but I can't speak it.
Okay, very good. Martha.
Hi. After 4 years of French, I married into a Puerto Rican family, and now I work in the Spanish area, and I'd love to be able to just communicate a little bit better.
Wonderful. Julie, thank you, Martha.
Hi, this is Julie. There's a couple reasons I would like to learn the language. First of all, it would be related to work, of course. And my daughter went to school in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, and she studied there for a year, and she's been all over Mexico, and she and I want to plan a trip there but she'd have to be my translator, so I want to be as good as she speaks it. So we'll see. Thank you.
Muy bien, very good. Okay, Ross. Is Ross there? I've heard Ross before. He's not there? Okay, very good. Ross is not there. Okay, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about me and about my experience as a teacher. Okay, my name is Cynthia Trueba. I'm from Mexico. I'm from Mexico City. My bachelor degree is in business, and I've been teaching Spanish for executives and professionals for over 12 years. And I'm very, very excited every time that I start with a new class. And I was working in McAllen, Texas. Then I moved to Houston, and I keep teaching the language. I've been living in Mexico City, Veracruz, Monterrey, and Toronto, Canada. And now here in Houston. Okay, I'm very excited because this is an amazing, amazing city. Anyway, I'm sure as long as I've heard, you guys already have a little touch with the Spanish. You know some Spanish. So we're going to put your Spanish in the same level. I'm going to start with the very basics, okay, with the very basics. Here, can you see the whiteboard?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So, I'm sorry, guys, but I think, yeah, here. Very good. Can you see, can you read here?
Maybe if you shut the light, the glare would go off the board. A little bit better.
There you go. Can you see better now?
I can't read it, but I mean, I see.
No.
No, I can't read it.
I can't read it either. It's all the words are blurry.
Maybe if you just write them a little bit bigger, that would be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I think maybe because the camera's aiming upward, and so you're getting the reflection of the ceiling lights. If it was more straight on, maybe, because that looks better there.
Yeah, that looks much better.
Okay, very good. So, okay, we have in Spanish, let's just start with the very, very beginning. What is the most important verb in English language? Does anybody can tell me?
Are?
Yeah, what is the name of our verb?
Am I on mute?
I'm sorry?
To be?
To be.
The verb to be, correct. The verb to be in English is the most important. In Spanish, we have the verb to be divided in two verbs. Ser and estar. Okay? That is the most important in the Spanish language. Those two verbs. Ser and estar. Okay? Then, let's continue with the pronouns. Personal pronouns. Who can tell me the personal pronouns in English?
I.
You. Him. Her. Him or her. He or she.
Those are adjective pronouns. Personal pronouns.
She, he.
I, you, he, she, it, right? Which those are singular. What about plural?
We.
We, you,
They.
and they. Correct. Very good. So in Spanish we have yo for I, tú for you, he for él, she for ella. Usted, you don't have this in English because this is the formal way to speak in Spanish. Then we have nosotros and nosotras. And then we have ustedes, which is you, and ellos and ellas, which is they. Another very important difference between Spanish and English is, in Spanish we have feminine words and masculine words, okay? Everything has a gender, masculine or feminine, okay? Are you guys following?
Yes.
Okay, very good. And also in Spanish we have formal and informal way to speak, okay? Okay, now, going to the basics again. Do you know what is a verb?
Action word.
Action. It's an action. Very good. What is a noun?
Person, place, or thing.
Very good. What is an adjective?
Describes the noun.
Wonderful. You're good, guys. What about an article? In Spanish, in English is the, right? In Spanish is different. It's el, la, los, las. Okay? Which is going to give you the gender most of the time of the noun. That is an article. Very good. So it's very important for you guys to know, to write this down. Verbo, it's a verb. Sustantivo, it's a noun. Adjetivo, it's an adjective. Article, it's an article. Okay? Because the first, probably 2 lessons, I'm going to speak a lot of English. But later on, it's going to be only Spanish. We're going to avoid translations in class. And we're going to avoid to speak in English in class. The idea of this program is to have an immersion class. Okay? So that every time that you start with your class, you're going to change the channel and you're going to start really learning Spanish in Spanish. Okay? That way, you're going to think in Spanish and you're going to speak with more fluency. Part of the problems with the traditional methods to learn languages is that you learn in English and then they want you to speak in Spanish. And that is very difficult with fluency. Most of the people know the traditional method is they teach you first grammar, then how to read and write, and then they want you to speak. But you can't speak because you haven't learned how to speak. With this program, we're going to learn the other way around. We're going to teach you first how to speak, then how to read and write, and then we're going to support all of that with grammar. Okay? It is important, but at this point, and based on our objectives, grammar is not the most important. We want to be able to communicate in the language properly, right?
Yes.
Questions so far?
No.
So,
No? Okay. Is everything clear?
yes.
Okay, what is a noun?
Sustantino.
Sustantivo.
Tivo.
Okay. What is an adjective?
Adjetivo.
Adjetivo. Okay.
Adjetivo.
¿Qué es un verbo?
It's a verb.
A verb.
The verb. Muy bien. What are the most important verbs in Spanish? What are the most important verbs in Spanish?
Ser and estar.
Stop.
Ser and estar. Good. Good job. Okay, now we're going to see the difference between ser and estar. It's going to take us several lessons to work with the difference. But right now, we're going to be focused on ser. Okay? The big difference between ser and estar, does anybody know? No?
No.
What is the difference between ser and estar? Do you guys know?
No.
Okay.
No.
It's the act of.
Huh?
Isn't it the act of? Like you are or you will. It's the tense, so to speak. Like I am, I will be.
Not really. But thank you. It's the most important, the big difference between ser and estar is one is permanent.
It's what?
Permanent.
Permanent.
And estar is temporal. One is permanent and the other one is temporal. Okay, temporal. Okay. Now we're gonna see the verb ser in the pronouns, in the personal pronouns. As we say already, I es yo. Did you already write down this?
I can't see it very clear.
Yeah.
I tried earlier, but I couldn't see the words very clear.
Okay, let me then write it down bigger, okay?
Are we getting a textbook with this information?
Yes, you already have a textbook. I'm
Okay.
gonna talk to you, everybody has their textbooks?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, you have everything in your textbooks, but I will explain you later on about your textbook, okay? Let me just go over personal pronouns again. Okay. Yo. ¿Pueden verlo mejor? No. Yo? No. No lo ven. No lo ven, okay? Yo. ¿Verdad? Yo es, en inglés, I, ¿verdad? The verb, el verbo ser, de yo, es yo soy. Tú. What is in English?
You.
You.
You. Very good. The verb in Spanish is eres. Okay? Sigue él. What is in English?
He.
He, right? The verb ser, el verbo es. Okay? Then we have ella, and it is in English?
She.
She, very good. Y el verbo es el mismo. Okay? El verbo es. Después tenemos, then we have, in Spanish es usted, which is the formal way to speak. Okay? And the verb is also es. And we don't have that in English, right? Okay? Very good. So, and this is basically singular. This is singular. Okay? We're going to stop just with singular. We're going to start working with just singular. Okay? So can you please everybody repeat? Yo soy.
Yo soy.
Tú eres.
Tú eres.
Él es.
Él
LS.
Ella es.
ella
es.
Usted es.
Usted
es.
Very good. Okay? Okay, very good. Now we are going to start. I'm going to explain you a little bit about your books. You have 3 books, right?
Yes.
You have el libro de texto, okay? This book comes with this bag in here, okay? So you have to open it up, and you are going to find a bunch of pages just separated. You have to assemble the book, okay? You just have to assemble the book. They are coming for lessons. You can have you're gonna have the vocabulary, which is the vocabulary that we're going to start every lesson. We're gonna start with that vocabulary every lesson. And then we have the situations. With the situations, I'm going to give you the new vocabulary, some grammatical constructions, and we're going to start with the repetition process. Okay? With this program, we have to repeat. We're going to repeat 3 different times. With the first repetition, you understand what you are saying. With the second repetition, we're going to correct your pronunciation. And with the third one, we're going to help you with your fluency. Because you already know what you're saying, you already know how to say it, and the third repetition, we're going to help you with your fluency. It's going to be easier for you to perform, okay? To reproduce, okay? Then, after the situations in your book, you're going to have a reading text that we're going to do also. You guys are going to read. You're going to listen to the text, and then you're going to read out loud, and I'm going to try to correct the pronunciation. And later on, we have grammar here. The grammar, the way that it's explained in the book is really easy. So you can go and study in advance your grammar before that class. I strongly recommend you not to go really further, just to study grammar before the class that you're going to learn, the lesson that you're going to learn that week, okay? Then we have your libro de ejercicios, which is homework. Yes, we need to do homework. It's reinforcement. In every lesson, we're going to review all the information that we learned the lessons before. But I can tell right away when you already, if you did your homework or not. Okay? You have the option to do it in your computer. If you use your DVD here, your CD here, okay? You just need to use accents, okay, and la ñ, and you can change your keyboard using that. We can talk about that in another moment in case you are interested on doing it in your computer. If you're doing it in your computer, you're going to get the corrections immediately. Okay, they're going to correct you immediately, the mistakes. Question?
Will we be able to find out where our books were mailed? Because I don't have it yet.
Oh, you don't have it yet? Well, yeah, we try to send to everybody the books.
Was
I
it
don't know,
sent
your
to
name
the
again?
office? Brad.
Brad. Okay, we are taking notes about that, Brad.
Okay.
Mhm. We'll send you the
Or
your books.
just tell me the address it was sent to. I'm a mobile worker, so it could be anywhere.
Oh, okay. Gaston is going to find out where did he send you the books.
Okay,
Later.
great.
He's going to be in touch with you, okay? He's going to contact
Great.
you.
Great.
Okay? Okay, this is homework. Then, you have a third book, which is the thinner one. And we close the circle with this book. It's like a test every time that we finish a lesson. And the name of the book is Listening and Comprehension Practice, which is Práctica de Comprensión Auditiva. We're going to help you to improve your comprehension skills, okay, with this book. And then we close the circle and we start all over again. I'm going to tell you when we're going to use each book, okay? The very first part, we're going to start with vocabulary, and then I strongly recommend you when we start with situations that you don't open your book, okay? Your book, textbook, it should be closed. You really have to be focused on what you are listening and what you are seeing, because this is a visual program, okay, as well. Very good. Okay, now we're going to start with the vocabulary. We have 5 minutes, right? Okay, we're going to start with the vocabulary. Okay. Can you see the screen? Can everybody see the screen?
Yes, you're getting a glare somewhere.
Yeah, it's not very clear.
Yeah, we can't read it.
Is it better?
That's better.
But still
You
can't
can only read the top line.
Yeah.
It's not clear. I mean, you have to be really close.
Is it just going to be pictures?
Okay, what you have to do now is just watch the picture and repeat. Everybody's going to repeat, and I'm going to listen everybody repeating. Okay?
Okay.
It's difficult to read.
Thank you, guys.
It's just going to be a picture.
They're going to tell you the name, and then you're going to repeat. There is certain time to repeat, okay?
Un álbum.
Un álbum. Everybody.
Un álbum.
Album.
Un álbum.
Unos álbumes.
Unos álbumes.
Unos álbumes.
Unos álbumes.
El padre.
El padre.
El padre.
Padre.
El padre.
El padre.
El padre.
Padre.
La madre.
La
madre.
Madre.
La madre.
La madre.
La
La
madre.
madre.
La madre.
La madre.
La familia.
La familia.
La familia.
Una casa.
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 Una calle.
Una
Una calle.
Una calle.
Una calle.
Una
Una calle.
calle.
Una calle.
Un hotel.
Un
hotel.
Unos hoteles.
unos hoteles.
Unos hoteles.
Unos hoteles.
hoteles.
Unos
Un turista.
Un turista.
Un turista.
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 Una turista.
Una
Una turista.
Una turista.
una coche.
Un coche.
Okay.
Un taxi.
Un taxi.
Un taxista.
Una taxi.
Taxista.
Un taxista.
Un
Una taxista.
Taxista.
Una
Una
taxista.
Una taxista.
Una taxista.
Una taxista.
una taxita.
Un cantante.
Un cantante.
Un cantante.
Una cantante.
Una
Una
Cantante.
Muy bien. Okay, we're going to do this vocabulary again. And then we're gonna, next slide, we're gonna do the situation, we're going to start with the situations. Okay, listen and repeat again.
Un álbum.
Un album.
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 Unos álbumes.
Unos álbumes.
Álbumes.
El padre.
El padre.
madre.
El padre.
El padre.
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 La madre.
La madre.
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 La madre.
La madre.
Madre.
La familia.
La familia.
La familia.
Una casa.
Una casa.
Una casa.
Una casa.
Una
Una casa.
Una calle.
Una calle.
Una calle.
Una calle.
Una calle.
Una calle.
Calle.
Un hotel.
Un hotel. Hotel.
Unos hoteles.
Unos
Unos hoteles.
Unos hoteles.
Un turista.
un
Un
turista.
turista.
Un turista.
Una turista. Un turista.
Una turista.
Una turista.
Una
Una
turista.
turista.
Un taxi.
Un
Un
taxi.
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 Un taxista.
Un text.
Un taxista.
Una taxista.
Una taxi.
Una taxista.
Un cantante.
Un cantante.
Cantante.
Una cantante.
Una taxi.
Una cantante.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Okay, now I just wanted to show you that in your book, first lesson, you have the whole vocabulary here. Okay? You can read again and see the spelling. It's page 11. Okay? Page 11. And then we have the personal pronouns here. Okay? Personal pronouns. In page 17. Then we have grammar. Gramática práctica. On page 18. And you're going to see the verb serve. Personal pronouns and the verb. You can read the rest of the grammar part. You may not be familiar with any of this. Don't worry. You can just read the first 2 pages and that's it. We're gonna go over this later on in class. Okay? But the first 2 pages are important because it's the vocabulary and the verb serve. And we already see that in class. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's it, right? Okay. Questions, guys?
Do we have an assigned homework assignment
No.
as well?
The only homework that we're going to do for next class is just to read the pages that I mentioned to you.
Okay.
Study again vocabulary and personal pronouns and verb serve. That's it.
Okay.
Just to go over that.
Do you think you could send an email with those pages again, just in case, the link broke up or anything for anybody?
Sure.
I think maybe that would be helpful, just and maybe in case anybody dropped off since it's...
The vocabulary and the grammar?
I'm saying whatever homework it was that you wanted people to finish for
Sure. Okay.
class, maybe if you could just send that out in an email.
No
just because
problem.
I think maybe a couple people dropped off at the very end here since it's a little bit past.
Okay.
And I'm so sorry, but I wanted to bring up one more thing before everybody drops off. Is Ross still on the phone? Or did he end up dropping off as well? Okay, just because I just realized that if we do this 1 hour later, is that going to affect the next class? Or are you teaching the same class, or?
No, we're teaching the level 2.
Right. But I'm saying, are you doing that class as well, or is somebody else?
Yeah, no. I'm doing the same class. Yeah, I'm doing.
Okay, so you're doing that class as well.
Yes.
If we make this class 1 hour, then that affects the next class, and that means they all have to change theirs as well. So what if we just have? I think the only person that this didn't work for was Ross. So what if we just have him join the next class instead of this for him?
I don't have a problem. It's different level. He may be a little bit lost, but I don't mind. It's another level.
I understand that, but I'm just thinking that otherwise then the whole next class has to be changed as well.
Okay.
And I didn't think about that when we were all suggesting that.
I understand.
So we are keeping.
You can join us.
So we are keeping the same time, like 10:30 today, right? for both classes? Just confirming.
I think we should, because the only person that it didn't work for was Ross, right?
Right.
So we're just going to keep ours at the 9:30 Central Time like we had it.
Okay.
I think we should.
Okay. Okay.
I think we should, since he's the only one that it didn't really work for.
Yeah, 9:30
Otherwise,
for
that
me.
means the entire next class has to change theirs too. Everybody.
Yeah, that's good thinking there.
So I'm just thinking maybe we have him, you know, he said that he had taken some Spanish, so hopefully he won't be totally lost, but I think that it might just be better if we just keep this class as originally planned.
Thank you.
Is everybody good with that? And then
Yes,
maybe
sir.
when you send out the homework to also just, you know, reconfirm that and then, you know,
Sure.
that we're going to keep the same time. Okay, great.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
See you
Thank you.
on Thursday.
Thank you. See you Thursday.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Gracias.
De nada.
Adios.
Adiós.
Adios.